Hello, dear friends, and welcome to a journey unlike any other. Today, we're not just dipping our toes into a shallow stream, we're diving into the depths of a vast ocean. An exploration of life's meaning through the lens of kindness, virtue, mindful discipline, lived experiences, challenges, and the awakening of wisdom that connects us to the infinite expanse of the universe. This isn't a quick fix or a fleeting moment of inspiration. It's a sacred, lifelong pilgrimage, one we'll walk together, step by deliberate step, breath by mindful breath, to uncover the peace within us and our unity with all that exists. In the timeless wisdom of Buddhism, the Buddha taught us that everything we feel, everything we encounter, every burst of joy, every pang of sorrow, every fleeting triumph, every lingering struggle begins in the mind. The Dhammapada reminds us the mind is the forerunner of all things. The mind is their leader, their creator. When our mind is a garden of compassion and clarity, our lives bloom with serenity. When it's overgrown with weeds of confusion or anger, suffering takes root. So how do we tend this garden? How do we cultivate a life that's not just a reaction to the world, but a radiant reflection of inner awakening? To reach enlightenment, to truly connect with the universe, isn't a gift handed to us on a silver platter. It's a path carved through dedication, a tapestry woven from specific threads. Practicing kindness to light the spark of goodness, cultivating virtue to nurture its flame, engaging in mindful discipline to steady its glow, embracing experiences to deepen its warmth, facing challenges to temper its strength, and awakening wisdom to let it shine across the cosmos. These aren't optional stops along the way, they're the very essence of the journey. Each one building on the last, guiding us toward a state of profound understanding and unity. Let's set the scene together. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're standing barefoot on soft earth, a gentle breeze brushing your skin, the sound of a distant river humming in your ears. Above you, the sky stretches wide and endless, dotted with clouds drifting lazily by. Take a deep breath in, feeling the energy of life fill your chest. Exhale, letting go of tension, of doubt, of yesterday's burdens. In this quiet space, the journey begins, not tomorrow, not next week, but right here, right now. With compassion as our lantern, mindfulness as our guide, and an open heart as our vessel, let's embark on this sacred path, slowly and fully, toward enlightenment and the embrace of the universe. Before we dive deeper, let's pause to reflect on why this matters. In our busy lives, rushing from one task to the next, chasing deadlines, scrolling through endless feeds, we often lose sight of what's real. We forget to ask, who am I beneath all this noise? What am I truly here for? The Buddha didn't offer us a rule book to follow blindly. He gave us a mirror to see ourselves, a map to find our way home. This journey isn't about escaping life. It's about living it with purpose, with presence, with a mind awake to the wonders and mysteries of existence. So let's take our time, unpack each step, and let it unfold naturally, like a lotus opening to the sun. Now, let's begin with practicing kindness. What does kindness look like to you? Maybe you picture a hero saving the day, donating millions, feeding the hungry across continents, or rescuing someone from disaster. But in the Buddha's teachings, kindness doesn't demand grandeur. It's not about the size of the act, but the heart behind it. As the Dhammapada says in verse 183, avoid all evil, cultivate the good, purify your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddhas. Practicing kindness is the first seed we plant on this path. A humble offering of compassion that ripples outward, touching lives in ways we may never see. Think about your day today. Did you hold the door for someone juggling grocery bags? Did you offer a quiet, "Thank you"? To the barista who made your coffee? Did you pause to pet a stray cat on your walk home? These aren't headline-worthy moments, but they're acts of kindness, small sparks of light in a world that sometimes feels dim. The Buddha taught in the Samyutta Nikaya that even the simplest gift, a handful of rice, a sip of water, carries immense merit when given with a pure heart. Why? Because it loosens the grip of greed, softens the edges of selfishness, and opens us to the interconnectedness of all beings. Kindness isn't just for others, it's a mirror reflecting back to us. When you share a warm meal with a friend in need, don't you feel a quiet joy bubbling up inside? When you stop to listen, really listen, to someone pouring out their troubles, doesn't your own burden feel a little lighter? This is the magic of kindness. It heals both the giver and the receiver. Picture life as a vast forest. If we scatter seeds of bitterness or indifference, the trees grow twisted and thorny. But if we plant seeds of kindness, the forest flourishes lush, green, and alive with possibility. Practicing kindness is the act of planting. Cultivating virtue is tending to those seeds, watering them with intention, pruning them with patience, until they bear the fruit of peace. Let me share a story from the Buddhist texts, adapted for today. There was once a carpenter named Daniel, living in a small town. He wasn't rich, but he had a steady hand and a generous spirit. One stormy evening, he saw a traveler stranded by the roadside, soaked and shivering. Daniel didn't hesitate. He brought the man home, gave him dry clothes, and shared his modest supper of bread and soup. That traveler, it turned out, was on his way to deliver medicine to a sick child. Daniel's kindness didn't just warm one man, it saved a life miles away. The Buddha often spoke of such ripples. Just as a single lamp can dispel darkness, a single act of goodness can illuminate the world. But kindness isn't always smooth sailing. Sometimes it's met with rejection, suspicion, or even scorn. I heard of a young woman named Maya who volunteered at a shelter, handing out blankets to those in need. One night, a man snatched the blanket from her hands and muttered, "This doesn't fix anything." Maya felt stung. Why bother if it's not appreciated? Then she remembered the Buddha's words from the Dhammapada, verse 5, "Hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone is healed." She kept going. Not for applause, but because kindness was her practice. Over weeks, that same man softened, even offering a gruff, "Thanks." Virtue grew not from his response, but from her unwavering heart. Kindness extends inward too. How often do we beat ourselves up? I'm not good enough. I should have done more. The Metta Sutta, the Buddha's discourse on loving kindness, urges us to cherish ourselves as we would a dear friend. Try this right now. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and silently say, "May I be safe. May I be at peace. May I be kind to myself." Feel that warmth settle in. Cultivating virtue means tending to your own spirit, building a foundation strong enough to carry you through this journey. To weave kindness and virtue into your life, make it a daily ritual. Before bed, sit quietly and ask, what did I do today to ease someone's load, even a little? Maybe you texted a friend to check in, picked up litter in the park, or held your tongue instead of snapping back. Each act is a thread in the fabric of your awakening. The Buddha taught that merit isn't measured by scale, but by intention. In the Jataka tales, a poor widow offered the Buddha a single oil lamp while kings gave gold. Her lamp shone brightest in his eyes because her heart was full. Let's go deeper. Kindness isn't just action, it's a mindset. The Buddha's teachings on the four immeasurables, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity, guide us here. Imagine someone you love, wish them happiness. Now someone you dislike, wish them the same. This is hard. but it's how virtue grows, stretching beyond comfort, embracing all beings as part of the same tapestry. Practicing kindness plants the seed. Cultivating virtue waters it with these boundless qualities, preparing us for the discipline ahead. Kindness and virtue set the stage, but to root them deeply, we need mindful discipline. This isn't about locking yourself in a monastery or chanting for hours. It's about living right here, right now, with a mind that's awake and a heart that's steady. The Buddha gave us the Noble Eightfold Path as a roadmap. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These aren't rules to obey. They're invitations to align your life with truth, step by step. Let's unpack them slowly, because this is the backbone of our journey. First, right view. It's seeing reality clearly. Everything changes. Nothing lasts forever. Your job, your house, your youth, they're all waves on the shore, rising and falling. The Buddha said in the Anicca Sutta, all conditioned things are impermanent. When you grasp this, you stop chasing shadows. Right view also means understanding karma. Every thought, word, and deed ripples into the future. Drop a pebble of kindness and the water shimmers. Toss one of anger and it churns. Next, right intention. This is the compass of your mind. Are your thoughts rooted in goodwill or resentment? When someone cuts you off in traffic, do you curse or wonder if they're rushing to an emergency? The Buddha taught in the Majjhima Nikaya that intention shapes our destiny. Try this. Next time irritation flares, pause, breathe, and think, may they be well. It's not easy, but it's how discipline begins, redirecting the mind toward light. Right speech follows. Words are powerful. They can build bridges or burn them down. The Buddha urged us in the Vinaya to speak truth, but with kindness. Before you talk, ask, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it timely? If not, silence is golden. I knew a teacher, Sarah, who once snapped at a student. She regretted it, so she started pausing before speaking. Months later, that student thanked her for her patience. Her silence had taught more than words. Then right action. Live harmlessly. Don't kill, steal, or hurt. It's simple but profound. If you see a spider in your sink, scoop it up and set it free. If a coworker's struggling, offer a hand. The Buddha's 5 precepts guide us here. No harming, no taking, no misconduct, no lying, no intoxicant. Each choice is a brick in your temple of virtue. Right livelihood is next. How do you spend your days? Whether you're a nurse, a writer, or a cashier, work with integrity. The Buddha warned against trades that harm, like selling weapons or exploiting others. A farmer named Tom once told me he switched to organic crops to protect the land. It paid less, but his heart was richer. Right effort is the fuel. Discipline takes work. Some days you're calm. Others you're restless. The Buddha likened it to tuning a lute. Too tight, it snaps. Too loose, it's silent. Keep going gently. Meditate 5 minutes today, 6 tomorrow. Effort builds the path. Finally, right mindfulness and right concentration. Mindfulness is being fully present. Right now, feel your breath. Inhale, exhale. Notice the chair beneath you, the sounds around you. The Satipatthana Sutta calls this the foundation of awakening. Concentration is focusing that presence. Sit quietly, count 10 breaths, and when your mind wanders, start again. It's like training a puppy, gentle, patient, firm. Think of the monk Kassapa, a disciple of the Buddha. He was fiery and impatient, but through years of mindful discipline, he tamed his temper, becoming a beacon of peace. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom, preparing us for life's highs and lows. On the road to enlightenment, Mindful discipline is the soil where kindness and virtue take root. Without it, our goodness is fleeting. With it, we're ready to face the winds of experience and challenge. But discipline meets its test in experiences and challenges. The Buddha didn't sugarcoat it. Life is suffering, he said in the first noble truth. Birth brings tears, aging brings aches. Illness brings weakness, death brings goodbyes. Love fades, enemies clash, desires slip through our fingers. These aren't curses, they're the raw material of awakening. When pain hits, we cry. Why me? The Buddha's law of karma whispers back. There's a cause, a seed planted long ago, maybe in this life, maybe before. But don't get lost in the past. The Dhammapada, verse 221, urges, abandon anger, give up pride, overcome all fetters. What matters is now. How we hold this moment shapes what's next. With mindfulness, suffering becomes a teacher. With resistance, it's a tyrant. Look at the Buddha's own path. He left a palace of silk for a forest of thorns. He starved until his ribs poked through, sat through storms until his resolve was iron. Those experiences, those challenges weren't failures. They were the forge of the middle way. Or take Clara, a single mom I met. She lost her job, then her home, in a brutal year. She wept, then meditated, recalling the Buddha's words. This too is impermanent. She rebuilt, stronger, wiser. Every experience is a lesson, every challenge a chisel. Sickness reminds us to cherish health, loss to savor the present. The Buddha said in the Salika Sutta, by enduring suffering, one purifies the mind. See them as allies tough, yes, but molding you for enlightenment. Through kindness, virtue, discipline, experiences, and challenges, we reach awakening wisdom. This isn't trivia or debate, it's piercing the veil of illusion. The Buddha's 3 marks of existence guide us: impermanence, everything fades, suffering, clinging hurts, no self. The I is a mirage of body, feelings, perceptions, thoughts, consciousness. The Diamond Sutra declares, all conditioned things are like dreams, illusions, bubbles, shadows. See this and freedom dawns. This wisdom binds us to the universe. The Flower Garland Sutra paints it as Indra's net. Every jewel mirrors every other, infinite and one. You're not alone. You're the rain, the mountains, the galaxies. Enlightenment isn't a prize. It's a realization built on every step. Kindness sparks it, virtue fuels it, discipline steadies it, experiences reveal it, challenges hone it, wisdom completes it. A fisherman, Leo, gave fish to the hungry, meditated by the sea, endured storms. One dawn, he felt the waves breathe with him, awakening. Friends, this path is vast: kindness, virtue, discipline, experiences, challenges, wisdom, but every inch is precious. Strive diligently, the Buddha urged. Start now, a gentle deed, a mindful breath. A lesson from pain, each carries you to the universe's heart. Namo Buddha.